Yeah. Hi there. Good afternoon, or evening, or morning, or whatever it is, wherever you happen to be. I am in western Nevada. I'm on a road trip. I'm heading north. I'm going to attempt to photograph the solar eclipse coming up this Saturday. And I have to tell you, I'm pretty nervous about it because I got a couple of things going against me. Number one, I have never ever done this kind of thing before, so I'm hoping I don't mess it up, but I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty sure I'll get something. I just don't know if it's going to be worthy of sharing. The other thing is completely out of my control, and that is weather. So I've been looking at forecasts for northwestern Nevada for the past several days, and they keep going back and forth. Cloudy to full sun, to cloudy to full sun. Now, right now it's Wednesday. We've got full sun, so that's good, but I'm still keeping my fingers crossed. But let me get the van level, and then we'll go inside and I'll tell you more about this trip. So this coming Saturday is October 14th, 2023, and there is going to be an annular solar eclipse. So an annular eclipse is different from a regular eclipse in that the moon's orbit around the Earth is not a perfect circle. It's kind of an ellipse. And the Earth is not at the center of that, which means at some points in its orbit, the moon is closer to the Earth, and at other points, the moon is farther from the Earth. Well, this eclipse is happening when the moon is at its farthest point from the Earth. And as you know, when things are farther away from you, their apparent size is smaller. So what's going to happen is the moon is still going to pass directly between the Earth and the sun, but the apparent diameter of the moon is going to be smaller than the diameter of the sun. So there's going to be a ring of the sun that is not eclipsed. So that's why it's called an annular eclipse. I'm taking 5 days to get from Southern California to northwestern Nevada. And the reason for that is I don't like to drive for longer than 3.5, 4 hours in a day. It's just too much driving for me. So on my first night, Sunday night, I went to Trona Pinnacles National Natural Monument. And that's a place with all these cool rock formations sticking up out of the ground. And I did my first ever attempt at a time lapse of the Milky Way moving across the night sky. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Certainly there's room for improvement, but hey, for my first time, I'll take it. It was pretty cool. The next day, I went to Alabama Hills on Monday, and I was kind of nervous when I got to Lone Pine because the access road, Whitney Portal Road, was closed for road maintenance. So there was this detour that wound through this little skinny, narrow road. And so I took that. I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to get to Alabama Hills, but luckily I was able to get there. It was pretty cool. Boy, that place has changed. I tell you, it's been discovered. The last time we were there, you could pretty much camp anywhere you wanted. Now there are all these signs saying no camping or yes, it's okay here. And it took me quite a while, but I finally found a spot. Real nice place. It was secluded from everybody else and just had a nice, real quiet evening. Shot a time lapse of the clouds on the east side of the sky with a real nice colorful sunset the other direction reflecting off the clouds. That was pretty cool. Tuesday I got into Nevada and fall happened. So it was still summertime. It was very hot while I was in California, but I got into Nevada. I went and found a place by a lake. I was going to do another Star Trail time lapse with reflections on the lake, but the wind was just whipping. There was whitecaps on the lake. Even the next morning, I just blew on out of there. So that was this morning. I blew out of there, and today is Wednesday, and both places I was looking at staying tonight just turned out to be not so great. I didn't want to go there. So I just kept driving and driving, and I did a lot of driving today. And I'm actually right outside of Winnemucca, Nevada. And this is where I originally planned to stay on Thursday night, tomorrow night. But I got here a day early, so I've got some time to kill. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and go to Virgin Valley Campground, and I'll get there Thursday night. And that'll give me some more time to get my moves down with solar photography. So yeah, it was a long day driving. Today, I think I'm just going to hit the sack, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Good morning. Oh, I had a good night's sleep. So you may be wondering, Why am I driving all the way to northwestern Nevada for this eclipse? Well, there are only certain places on Earth where you can actually see the eclipse when it happens, and this one just happens to be passing with the center of it right through northwestern Nevada and then down into Utah and through Texas. And I know of a real nice campground up in northwestern Nevada in the Sheldon National Antelope Refuge. It's called Virgin Valley Campground. Cool thing is, my brother is on a road trip right now as well. He's traveling with a couple buddies of his, and they are overlanding from Washington through eastern Oregon south on some backcountry routes. And we are going to meet up at the Antelope Refuge and watch this eclipse together. So I just got a few things I got to do. Pick up some groceries, fuel up, and I'm going to head out to that campground and start getting my moves down with this photography thing. So I'll see you on the road. So you may be wondering, where is Shannon? Or if you're new to the channel, Shannon is my wife. She and I self-converted this Sprinter van, and for the last 3.5 years we've been driving all around the country. She is a travel nurse, and so that means she can pick and choose from available jobs around the country and decide where she would like to work for 3 months at a time. And right now she's working in Southern California. That's where my trip started. And she was not able to get enough time off to go do this trip with me, unfortunately. Anyway, I'm missing Shannon, but I'll see her in just a little over a week. All right, change of plans here, because that's how I roll. My brother called me. He and his buddies are making better time, I think, than they originally thought. They are at the Alvord Desert, which is a place I've wanted to go ever since the first time I saw it. And he has a cell signal there. And I know there is no cell phone signal at Virgin Valley Campground, so I'm going to meet him there. So as soon as I get close, I'm going to give him a phone call, and he's going to come racing across the desert and meet me at the entrance to it. And so I'll be spending the night with them out on the playa at Alvord Desert tonight instead. Okay, I just got to Fields. This is where I called my brother. And I'm filming this mostly for Shannon's sake. We were here just a few months ago, and she sat right there in the van where the van's parked now while I got some breakfast in the little store here. But I thought this was pretty cool to show her. Look what's parked in the parking lot here. There's a couple of airplanes. There's one right there, and there's one right there. Not sure how they got here, but I guess that's what happens when you're way out in the sticks like this. Anyway, I just called my brother. I'm going to drive up the road about 30 minutes and meet him at the entrance to Alvord Desert. So that's the next stop. Okay, well, here we are. The Alvord Desert. I've been wanting to come back here ever since Shannon and I first saw this place, 5 months ago, I guess. And so Eric's going to meet me right down there at Frog Hollow, or Frog Springs access point. And we're going to drive 6 miles across the other side and camp over there for the night. like a really cool place. Let's go meet who we are camping with tonight. Yeah, I think it might work this time.
It might work.
I think it might work. So I think everybody knows my brother, Eric.
His favorite tool.
My favorite tool. And Eric's friend, Eric.
Eric Friesen.
And Eric's friend, Nick. Now, Nick, are you Eric's friend or Eric's friend or both?
Both. Say that you're Eric's friend.
You're both.
I'm Eric's friend. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Well, I have to tell you, the Alvord Desert did not disappoint. Man, that was fun. We were just like a bunch of kids, whooping and hollering and just being crazy out there on that flat desert playa. It's a dried up lake bed, basically. Boy, it got cold last night, though. Let me tell you, I think it was 29 degrees when I woke up this morning. Luckily, I was nice and warm in the van, but those guys were intense, so I'll bet they were pretty chilly. So first thing this morning, we played some frisbee just to be running around, trying to warm up a little bit. Then we had some breakfast, and then we tore camp down, packed everything up. And right now, all four of us are heading to Virgin Valley Campground. And I see some clouds out there on the horizon, and it's got me a little nervous. But I'm going to cross my fingers. Tomorrow morning is the eclipse, so I'm hoping for good weather. Well, it seems a few other people had the exact same idea. This campground is full. Virgin Valley Campground. Everybody is here. But I talked to the camp host, and she told me we should be okay tucked away down over this way. This is not an official campsite, but there's plenty of room. So if nobody else parks here within the next half hour, Eric's buddies should be able to pull up next to us. Well, good news. Eric just talked to a park ranger, and he said we can head out this little dirt road, and there's dispersed camping as long as we get off of the wildlife refuge. So it's not very far to BLM land. And so we are airing down to make a more comfortable ride on this dirt road. And this will be my first time airing down Rigby. So let's see how this works out. I'm kind of excited about it. Well, I have to tell you, I am hooked. I am a convert. Airing down was the thing to do. This is just awesome. This road is like cush. Super easy. Normally, I'd be bouncing all over the place on this road. Okay, that was pretty cool. We found a place to camp. And I think we came about 5 miles up that road, maybe. And these seasoned professionals said that Rigby handled that road like a boss. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, here we are. That is east right there. So right over that ridge is pretty much where we should see the eclipse tomorrow, assuming this cloud cover burns off. So I'm not really stoked about the cloud cover all the way around, but hopefully that's going to go away and we're going to have clear skies and see an eclipse in the morning. So I'm going to put the camera away for tonight, and I'll see you in the morning. Cross your fingers. Let's hope for clear skies. Oh, I am so excited. So there are clouds all the way along the east, except right over there. There's a big hole in the clouds, and that's where the sun is. So this is so cool. I was really sweating it last night. And the eclipse is just starting right now. You can't see it here, but I'll get some pictures of it for you. Okay, here it is on the camera back. If I can keep it here long enough to show you. There's the beginning of the eclipse. This is Eric observing it safely. Those are some Those are some snappy specs you got. Wahoo! It is the moon is right in front of it. Have you ever seen anything like that, Nick?
Oh, definitely not. This is so cool.
We can actually see the moon crossing in front of the sun. Very cool.
Perfect golden ring.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That would sure help us out. And share it with somebody who may have missed the eclipse and you think might like to see this. Also, look in the description below. I'm sharing a bunch of information. I've got some links on a bunch of the planning tools I used so that I would know where to go and where to find the eclipse and what time of day and where it would appear in the sky and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm sharing as well that same information for another eclipse coming next year, April of 2024, going right across Texas, across America's heartland, and all the way up to the northeast. So check that out. Shannon and I might try and get there and see that one. I don't know. For my very first attempt, I'm happy with this one I just shot, but there's certainly lots of room for improvement. And so I'd love to go try it again and see if I can get a better time lapse this time. Anyway, thanks so much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.